Minasan, Nihongo courseへようこそ. Hello and welcome to your third lesson of the Japanese for Beginners course. This is your teacher Rosie and let's get started. So in today's lesson we will learn about greetings or aisatsu. Aisatsu. Aisatsu in Japanese. So let's get started. The first one, you probably have heard of it in movies or in anime, and it means hello or good afternoon. So it will sound like this. Konnichiwa, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. And the most important thing here is that we have and ni. So we have double N. And please don't skip it, because if you skip this N, then it will sound like this. Konnichiwa, konnichiwa. But it's quite important for people to hear this part as well. So it's like konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Okay, very good. Let's move on to introducing ourselves. If we want to introduce ourselves, we could say like this. Watashi wa desu. Namae means name. So here you can insert your name. I will use my name as an example, okay? Watashi wa Roji desu. Watashi wa Roji desu. I am Rosie. So watashi. Watashi means I or me. Wa is a particle which defines our topic, and we would translate this as for me, I am Rosie. And des means is or am. So one more time. Watashi wa Roji desu. Very good. Another way to introduce ourselves is to say Watashi no namae wa Roji desu. Watashi no namae wa Roji desu. My name is. So watashi no means my. Namae means name. Here we insert our name into this namae in brackets, and then des means is. So my name is. Let's try one more time. Watashi no namae wa Roji desu. You can try to say this sentence with inserting your name here. I will give you 5 seconds to try it. How did it go? Was it all good? Great. Then let's move on. How can we ask, what's your name? What's your name? We would ask it like this. Onamae wa nan desu ka? Onamae wa nan desu ka? Onamae wa nan desu ka? Very good. So namae means name. O is a honorific particle. So if we're talking about someone else's name, we're asking someone else's name, we want to make it sound very polite. So we add o before namae. Onamae wa nan desu ka? Nan means what? Des means is, and ka is a question marker. So, what is your name? Onamae wa nan desu ka? Very good. Now, when we want to say nice to meet you, there are 2 ways in Japanese to say nice to meet you. Okay? So the first one is hajimemashite. 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 Very good. And the second one is yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Although this one ends in su, we don't say onegai shimasu, we say onegai shimasu, so as if the u disappears, okay? So how these 2 nice to meet you are different? Well, hajimemashite is the first word that we would say when we're meeting someone for the first time. We wouldn't say like, hello, good morning, good afternoon. We would say hajimemashite, nice to meet you. Hajime means beginning, to start something in Japanese. So it means that we're starting something, we're meeting for the first time, okay? Very good. And after asking for someone's name, after replying what's our name, where we are from, at the very end we would say yoroshiku onegai shimasu. It's nice to meet you. Please treat me favorably. Okay? So, はじめまして will go at the beginning of our introduction. And よろしくお願いします would go at the very end. Very good. Now, 練習 means practice. So the first thing we would say when we're meeting someone would be はじめまして はじめまして Now you can try. How did it go? Good. The second thing that we could say お名前は何ですかお名前は何ですか What's your name? And the third thing would be introducing ourselves. 私の名前はリオです。私の名前はリオです。My name is Rio. So here, let's take a look. When we say はじめまして, usually the other person will reply はじめまして as well. And then one of you will ask, お名前は何ですか? What's your name? And then the other person will reply and then ask the same question, お名前は何ですか? And then you will reply your name. 私の名前はリオです. Very good. Now, this is how this conversation would look like, okay? I will read the black dialogue and you will read the red one. So we will go like this. I will say this word and then you will say this one. I will say this one and you'll say this one. And then I'll say this one and you'll say this one. Okay? Let's go. はじめまして。私はリオです。よろしくお願いします。Very good. So here I said nice to meet you. You said nice to meet you. I introduced myself without waiting for someone to ask for my name. And then you introduced yourself as well right away. And then I said nice to meet you again. And you said nice to meet you again. Very good. Do you want to try one more time? But this time you would be the black one. Alright. So you will begin and I will continue, okay? Let's go. はじめまして。私はたけしです。よろしくお願いします。Very good job. Alright, let's move forward. Now, I will be black one and you will be red one. Okay? Let's try this out. はじめまして。私の名前はリオです。よろしくお願いします。お名前は何ですか? Very good. Now let's take a look at this dialogue. I said, nice to meet you. My name is Rio. Nice to meet you again. And then you said, nice to meet you, okay? But then you didn't mention your name. And sometimes that happens if there are like many people, like 5 people meeting for the first time, you know. So then I ask you, お名前は何ですか? What's your name? And then you reply to me, my name is Takahashi. Very good. Let's move on. How to say good morning in Japanese. So this is an informal way to say good morning. Ohayo. 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 A more formal way of saying good morning is Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. So we add gozaimasu to make it more formal. If we're saying ohayo gozaimasu, we can say it to anyone older than us, to people that we don't know so well. But ohayo, only this part, we can say only to people that are very close to us, our family members or friends, okay? So again, good afternoon. Konnichiwa. こんにちは。こんにちは。Good evening would be こんばんは。こんばんは。こんばんは。So although here this is hiragana ha, but sometimes we pronounce it as wa. Good night in an informal way would be oyasumi. Good night in a formal way would be oyasumi nasai. Very good. Long time no see. お久しぶりです。お久しぶりです。So when we say it very fast, like お久しぶり. But slowly it would sound like this. お久しぶりです. So if you know someone really well, you can just say お久しぶり. But if you don't know someone that well, or they're older than you or higher in status, you can say お久しぶりです。お久しぶりです。Very good. Now, how would we ask, how are you? お元気ですか? 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 So, 元気 in Japanese means healthy, energetic, full of energy, or is the honorific particle. And this means is are, ka is a question marker. So, how are you would be お元気ですか? If you want to reply that you are fine or good, you can say 元気です。元気です。元気です。元気です。And if you want to ask and you and yourself, you can insert the name here and then say san wa. So san is a prefix that we add after someone's name to make it more respectful, like Mr., Mrs., Mrs. Okay, so we always need to add it after someone else's name, and then wa. So let's say I want to ask, and how about Rio? I would say Rio-san wa. Rio-san wa. So I tell the person's name and then I add san and wa, because saying just and you would be very, very rude and impolite in Japanese. Alright, so now let's practice. Let's do renshu. I will be black and you will be red. Let's go. お久しぶりです。はい、元気です。B さんは? Very good. So what we talked about here, I said long time no see, and then you said long time no see, how are you? And then I replied, oh yes, I'm good. And you? So like B is like presumably someone's name. And then you replied, I'm good. Very good. Now let's switch roles. I will be red and you will be black, okay? Let's go. お久しぶり。お元気ですか? And now let's switch role. お久しぶりです。お元気ですか? 元気です。Very good. Now, how to say goodbye in Japanese. I know that a lot of people have heard this way of saying goodbye in movies and TV and etc. And how we pronounce it is sayonara, sayonara, sayonara. It means goodbye. But Japanese people wouldn't say this very often, like they wouldn't say it among friends or family members, because sayonara, it sounds like you're not going to see someone ever again. It's like goodbye forever. So it's useful knowing it, but I wouldn't use it because it's a bit weird. Usually people say like bye bye, bye bye, like in the English way, right? Or the most commonly used phrases are see you later, and we have a lot of them. So see you can be じゃあね, じゃあね, じゃあね. So it's very informal. It's like among friends and you're like, see you, じゃあね, or じゃあ. Now if you want to say to someone, see you tomorrow, you can say また明日. また明日. Mata means again. Ashita means tomorrow. So mata ashita. See you tomorrow. Another way to say see you can be mata ne. Mata ne. Mata ne. And I really like using this one. And there's another one. See you later. And see you later would be mata ato de ne. Mata ato de ne. Mata ato de ne. Ato means later. Mata means again. So again later. Mata ato de ne means see you later. Very good. Now let's review what we have learned today. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Watashi wa Roji desu. Watashi wa Roji desu. Watashi no namae wa Roji desu. Watashi no namae wa Roji desu. So here and here you can just insert your name when you're reviewing, okay? お名前は何ですか? お名前は何ですか? よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。おはようございます。おはようございます。はじめまして。はじめまして。こんばんは。こんばんは。お久しぶりです。お久しぶりです。お元気ですか? お元気ですか? 元気です。元気です。さんはさようなら。さようなら。バイバイ。バイバイ。またね。またね。Good job on your review. Now let's practice a little bit more. Okay, so I will be Gray and I will give you some time to ask me a question before I start replying my next answer, okay? So, first of all, I will go here. はじめまして. Good. So if you reply to me はじめまして, that's very good. Now, what question would you ask? So I would reply like this. If you asked お名前は何ですか? お名前は何ですか? What's your name? That's perfect. And then I would reply 私の名前は花です。私の名前は花です。My name is Hannah. And then I would say よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。And you can reply also よろしくお願いします。Very good. Now, let's practice like this. I will be red and you will be black. Let's go. はじめまして。私は花です。お名前は何ですか? ゆいこさんですね。よろしくお願いします。Very good. Now let's analyze what we have talked about here. So I said nice to meet you and you replied as well, nice to meet you. Then I said 私は花です. I'm Hannah. お名前は何ですか? What's your name? And then you replied 私はゆいこです. I'm Yuiko. And then I replied ゆいこさんですね. Ah, you're Yuiko. Okay, so it's like me checking if I got their name right. And then I said よろしくお願いします. Nice to meet you. And you replied as well よろしくお願いします. Okay, let's try out this dialogue. I will be red and you will be black. Let's go. お久しぶり. 元気です。ゆいこさんは? Very good. So I said, oh, long time no see. And you said, oh, long time no see. how are you? And I said, oh, I'm good. And how about you, Yuiko? And you replied, oh, I'm good. お疲れ様です. You worked so hard and you have finished your lesson about greeting. So now you will be able to greet in Japanese. I'm so proud of you. おめでとうございます. Congratulations. And I will see you in our next lesson. またね.